Today we got the 80% Rando Tournament, KVG versus BlipBlo, and all set. All right, going to be starting the race any time now. But as I was saying, we have BlipBlo versus kingvideogamer for today's match of the 80% Randomizer tournament. Rando is a pretty interesting type of run because it's pretty rare to see a lot of the moves that come up in any of the fast categories other than AUM and 100%. So lots of interesting routing goes on, figuring out which moon connects best to which moon connects best to which, and what order to get everything properly. Especially in the bigger kingdoms like Sand-Wooded, Seaside, Metro, and Luncheon can be particularly divisive in determining whether you have a good run or a bad run in Rando. So either way, looks like we are off. Pretty in sync at the start. Yeah, Cap Kingdom, always just going to be any percent, so somewhat interesting to see who has a lead here, who has the better consistency in this kingdom. Very synchronized so far, both going for spin pound. IMO, not worth it, but of course, up to you. Ooh, KVG not getting the first person nip, which will actually give us kind of a nice little comparison between the two. So yeah, first person, saving like half a second solidly. Never actually got the timing for that. Granted, KVD didn't have the most optimal failed first person, but interesting to see how minor strats can still save a significant portion of time because they are no longer in sync. Although, never mind, they are back in sync. KVG with a cleaner frog room overall. And wow, this is a very, very close cap. Let's go, KVG doing the left side. Please make it. Vault Gang, easy every time. Easy every time. Nice. Now, KVG in the lead, going into Cascade Kingdom. Left side 100% worth, easier than right side, TBH. So yeah, pretty good Cap Kingdom overall. I think that's going to be a 224 or 225 for KV and 25 or 26 for Blip. So very close overall. Not seeing the randomizer list on screen anymore. On screen at the present time. Hopefully that'll be here shortly. But yeah, it should be appearing shortly. There it is. Ooh, that's an ugly one. Dinosaur Nest big cleanup. Not exactly the moon you'd like to see here. Very slow. The worst, by far the worst moon in that sub area. So, unfortunate, but nonetheless, got to deal with it. Yo, thank you, Goom Eevee, for the raid of 4 people. 4 billion trillion people, excuse me. Thank you so much for stopping by. This should be a good match. We got both pretty dang good at randomizer, and I believe BlipBlo just got a 102.26 or something in 80%, and KVG's in around that range too, so very close in the 80% PBs, and both very good at bingo and randomizer as a whole, so should be a pretty good match. Interested to see how they choose to route these differently. KVG went for left side, which is statistically more consistent than right side. Just kidding, but far better. And oh my god, this sink. This is amazing. We have the entire kitchen sink here. Yeah, likely, if they maintain such closeness with each other for the rest of Cascade, it's probably going to disappear by sand, because there's plenty of sand moons and different routes for the sand moons. So we'll just enjoy this while it lasts, but Blip taking the lead briefly. There it is, grabbing the Cascade ultimately. All they got left for Cascade is Dinosaur Nest being cleaned up, which basically they'll just be going into the sub area, killing all the fuzzies, and then getting out as fast as they can and globing. Not sure if it's faster to warp to the checkpoint to leave or just to get to go out of the room. I guess it's just to go out of the room, but remains to be seen. Now looking at sand. Already, I see the Ruin Seed, which means you're going to want to go to town a little bit later than you normally would, so what that does to your route depends. I'm not entirely sure where kingvideogamer is going. Oh wait. Never mind, Blip is going here too. Do we have a list? This is confusing. Yeah, this is not Dinosaur Nest at all, by any means. But just gotta roll with it. Wonder if they have nice shot with the chain jump, or very nice shot with the chain jump. Either way, Blip playing it a little bit safe, a little bit safer in this room. Deciding to go directly for the fastest chomp and not paying off on that last one. But looks like it's a nice shot with the chain chomp. No very niceness here. I feel like it might have been better to warp out from here. Blip actually might have taken care of that by grabbing the checkpoint on the way over, but we'll see what actually ends up happening. Wow, missing this shot. Unfortunate. There it is. Oh my god, such spaghetti already. Has to be the nerves. Unfortunate. But not entirely sure when we'll get this board fixed. Hopefully quickly. But KVG exiting Cascade. So now Blip finally making his way out of the top room. Not a pretty start to the run, but again, this is primarily going to be how they route the kingdoms. So I'm pretty interested to see how KVG starts, and looks like he's just going to go to town directly. Not a bad decision, but it always depends on the moons you get. If you get the Oasis, it's pretty dang fast just to go directly over there to begin with, and then not worry about it. But perhaps he also got the Cliff Seed? No, probably not. Probably no more seeds in this. Pretty any percent vibes right now. Kind of interesting. But yeah, only been any percent moons. We got planting the seed, and then going over to the dune, and then ultimately getting to on top of this stone archway. But now, here's where we break from any percent a little bit. Could have Secret of the Inverted Mural. Secret of the Mural, or just the sand story moon, top of tallest tower. KVG trying to get the BlipBlo bounces, but unfortunately no luck. BlipBlo choosing to start off with slots. Different from KVG's approach overall, but we'll have to see what happens. Looks like not going to be getting Secret of the Mural. So now looking at the rest of this sand, we have got Ice Cave Treasure. Not the best one, but it can combo well if you need to end up by the Jaxie area. There's the only seed moon is the Plaza Seed, so I'm not entirely sure why KVG decided not to get it yet. But we'll have to see what he decides to do later. Entering the ice cave now. Looks like we got moon charge in the sand. That's not fun, but not the worst you could get, obviously. Looks like the invisible maze and BlipBlo maze, the side path. Yeah, not looking great. KVD taking a death in the ice cave, unfortunate. Blip making his way up to the crate moon. I'm very confused as to how KVD is running this, to be quite honest. Because he skipped the crate moon and he skipped Hidden Room of the Flowing Sands, which were very on the way to the ice cave. So, not entirely sure, but Blip appears to be routing this better. He also has gotten the Plaza Seed and the and slots already, so nice swag bullet bounces Blip, not saving the cycle, but got some swag points. Now KVG spawning up at the top of the Jaxie ruins and going for bullet manip for like the reverse Jaxie route. Pretty solid movement overall. Now I'm guessing Blip is going to go back down for the crate moon. Yep, there it is. And then perhaps the flowing sands now? Or no? Yes, okay, so flowing sands now, then likely the ice cave, and then continuing to do what KVG is doing. And get Wandering Cactus, then more back up to the top, and go for moon shards in the sand. That is what I would guess the route will be, but you gotta see what they end up doing. Now KVG getting Hidden Room of Flowing Sands. A little late. Probably going to go for some late crate kind of stuff to have a little bit of a backup for not getting it earlier. Nope. Warping out again. Interesting. Blip having a much cleaner ice cave than KVG. So KVG not actually opting to do late crate, but not doing late crate movement, but he did get the crate moon and is now heading over to Moon Charge in the Sand. So that's something. Now Blip going to be getting on the leaning pillar. That's this one. Then inside the block is the hard place. And afterwards, likely going to go for Wandering Cactus. That would be making more sense. And then, oh, that's sick. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, that is definitely the fastest way to do shards, and you can practice that. Very clean shards movement for KVG. But now Blip finishing up Wandering Cactus. Now we're going to be warping up top and grabbing the BlipBlo below, and then doing zone moon charts. So pretty nice routing overall. Yeah, KVG had a very nice up throw strat on the shard on the pillar, so probably going to try implementing that into my own runs because that did look a significant amount faster than what I actually do. So good stuff, good stuff. It might be faster just to get this first shard after this one, and then pick it up at the end. So I don't know, but it's probably close. Blip not going for the exact same thing. Here's another trick that I have seen. Nicely done. Back diving over here. The way KVG did it is definitely faster, but likely a significant amount harder, but gotta see what happens with the rest. So now, Blip getting new shards in the sand. And all he's got left is the maze, the side path, and the Mo Eye sub area. Oh wait, no, he does have Mo. Shopping in Tostarena, probably, if I had to guess. That would explain why KVG got it afterwards. Actually, because he knew he had to revisit town for shop, so he can just skip the cutscene. Or wait, did he already get it? Is there Skull Sign in the transparent maze? There is. Oh, so BlipBlo already got shopping apparently. Huh, I just completely missed it. Excuse me, commentator error. But now KVG getting his last few moons in sand. Then he'll be out of here. Blip still gotta get BlipBlo maze on the side path. But that's it for KVG. Going to be exiting sand. I believe BlipBlo will decrease the deficit slightly, but still going to be behind by a significant margin. Maybe around 20 seconds. Probably 25. Maybe only 20. 20 to 25. I'm going to estimate about 22. KVG's fade out, 1552. Pretty ugly. Wait, is that ugly or good? I think that's actually a pretty good sand. That might be better than my gold. Granted, I don't think I've gotten good sand yet, but managed very well. 1552 fade out for KVG. Only 21 seconds apart, so I was a little bit off, but pretty close. But now entering Lake Kingdom. Can't see the list yet, but in the hidden passage, perhaps there's treasure in the spiky waterway. That would be decent synergy. Likely no on the lake shore, as he's going right past the initial any percent moon. No, yeah, here's end of the hidden passage. If he goes for Lake Clip, there's probably treasure in the spiky waterway. But nope, not really seeing that. GP crossing potentially? Nope. Dory back rider. Come on, let's just get some moons. No Dory back rider. Unfortunately, doesn't appear to be that many 80% moons in this run, in this lake. Guys, can't see the list yet. We'll meet King Uzai for about this. So now off to Rango. Blip taking a slightly different approach, going into the town it appears first. Going for the first person strat in our secret little room. Nicely done. A successful repair job. That is the puzzle room, I believe. Not too slow, but not exactly the best. No. Geez, they have both of the sub-areas. I don't really like exiting this sub-area because it's rather slow. You have to do an interesting capture strat in order to make it work, but we will have to see what happens. I kind of like KVG's route a little bit more than Blip's, personally, but we'll see what happens. Interesting vault strat. I've never seen that before, but working very well. That jump can be pretty scary, especially to do somewhat blind. So, neat little strat there. Now, capturing the zipper, and then he does have to exit this sub area since he didn't grab any checkpoints that link quickly to where he's going. Perhaps he could go to town, but I don't see that being a whole lot faster than just leaving this sub area. So we'll have to see what happens. KVG not knowing how to do... Oh, this could be really bad. Yeah, if you don't know how to do this, I can lose a lot of time, but thankfully figuring out very quickly. I am terrible at these kinds of puzzles, personally. So, pretty impressive he was able to get it this quickly. Perhaps he remembered something from his casual playthrough, or he's just a genius among men. But, yeah, didn't do the exact 6 approach that I've seen before, so, but making it work nonetheless. Now he has our secret little room and the 2 sub-areas that Blip is going to left. Interesting, going for the down throw dram strat. I believe this is actually not faster, but nonetheless, I don't even think it worked, to be honest. Yeah, no luck. Is he going to be able to capture it anyway? Nope, he's gone. But now Blip getting jump grab clean climb some more, and KVG entering the Unzip the Chasm sub-area. So, more interesting vaults. I don't think that one's faster. I'm like 92% sure that one is not faster, but nonetheless, making it work. Ooh, is that gonna make it? Yeah, no problem. Okay, that's a really free jump. I didn't even know that. He got like no vector and just made it with no problems at all. Interesting. Not rolling on the way back. Haven't seen that before. But he has this room and jump grab clean climb some more before he finishes up, and Blip just has the puzzle room. So gonna have to see who ends up being faster. I do like KVG's route a little bit more just because you have access to more checkpoints and everything in this route is pretty out of the way. So a nice backup. He's not gonna get a cap bounce. Okay, thankfully not falling back into the water. Lucky him there. Let's see how comfortable KVG is with this sub area. Not going for any wall jump ledger out of skips in here. And making sure to stop. Smart. Yeah. So that does appear to have decreased the deficit yet again. But it all depends on how fast he does finish this up. KVG Moontake at around 2120. And Blip's Moontick 2121. Oh, so only a second behind. The timers have gotten this a little bit out of sync. So dang, this race is a whole lot closer after that. Likely the main issue was KVG's, did I miscount? I must have miscounted. Oh wait, no, never mind, the timers are off, my bad. And that's probably why I was a little further off than I expected on the other one. But now entering Wooded, oh that sucks. Oh wait, no, never mind. I didn't see any things marked deep woods in this, but there's plenty of deep woods. Don't fear, guys. We got deep woods in here. Epic. Let's see. There's the Hard Rock in the deep woods. We got by the Battle of the Brook in the deep woods. We got past the Killer Pipes. We got beneath the moving tree. And we got the outfit room. Dude, this looks like a dope deep woods board. Unfortunately, the outfit room screws that all up and was like, screw this. I don't want you to have any fun in Wooded. I don't want you to have any fun routing deep woods. I just want you to end up getting enough purples to get here because there are not 15. And the starting area, there's only 14. Because the developers were like, nope, this ain't happening. We're not going to do this for you. But, alas, gotta deal with it. I believe the top tall tree is on here. So, yep, KVG going for that now. As is Blip probably. Yeah, but first he's purple. Blip, potentially, I've seen him do this before, where he gets all these purples, then goes directly into the deep woods. I really don't like this idea, personally. I think it's much more worth to do it later, but we'll see how it works out. Again, he's racing a pretty dang competent opponent, so he's got to see what ends up happening. So KVG going to be getting his last 3 purples right up here. Oh wait, no, is he doing that? He didn't actually get them. Interesting. That's strange, but now Blip going to enter Deep Woods around now. Nice little up throw roll cancel, completely necessary. Interesting route from KVG actually. Pretty smart. But Blip, like I said, opting to do Deep Woods first. Nice hitting the dino. Not easy to do, so hats off, haha, hats off to him for knocking the dino's hat off. Funny pun. Yeah, KVG doing something similar to what I would do, cleaning up the outside of Wooded before entering Deep Woods. And BlipBlo deciding that it's more worth it to get Deep Woods done and over with early on, just in case. And potentially gives him more time to route the outside of Wooded, but that's not incredibly difficult to do, so I don't know. I personally agree with KVG's approach a lot more. But now Blip heading over to pass the Peculiar Pipes. And I believe this is his last Deep Woods move. Not entirely certain. But using the trick where you look where Mario is looking the direction that Mario is looking to determine which pipe you go in. Uh-oh, you're gonna get harassed a little bit by the dino. Stupid dino. Don't die, please. Thankfully, getting it all first try. But KVG now entering the tower of Wooded, and has to get stretching your leg, which kind of annoying to get without grabbing the nut in the tower, but nonetheless making it work. Synchronized fade outs, but Blip is significantly faster as it's in the Deep Woods, so not much to load. And Explorer room tiny, so anyway. I'm guessing after Nut on the corner, KVG's probably gonna warp to the Odyssey, maybe? No, he has Pipeway, never mind, I missed that. I've more than looking at their routes, not the limits, so. Has Fire in the Cave and then Pipeway. That's definitely the right order considering he has Stealing Secret as a move. Perhaps debatable if he had just Flooding Pipeway on his own on the route, but probably made the best decision here. And what's really nice about ending off with the Deep Woods like KVG is he has a lot more of an opportunity to get fast purples. He took advantage of this a little bit. So, and then he also is able to come out of the Deep Woods right by the Odyssey. So, pretty nice decision making by him to do it later, in my opinion. Wait, there's also Flooding Pipeway on here? Oh my gosh, I really was not looking at scored fully, am I? But either way, interesting route by BlipBlo. I did not think about doing this. Going over for the corner nut and likely for, you know what? No, you have to get. Is there a nut on the nut? Climb the cliff to get the nut? No, there's climb the cliff to get the nut. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. unless there's some trick he uses to get that moon, coming down here after over the cliff's edge, I do not agree with. But we'll have to see what he manages, how he manages to get that one. So, KBG heading over to the deep woods now. Minor execution mistakes, but nothing too bad. Now, BlipBlo getting fire in the cage. And KBG just has to get some deep woods moves, and then he's practically done. Not entirely sure what he's planning. It looks like he's going to... Okay, yeah, he does not know his way around deep woods that well, apparently. I would not have planted that seed yet. It's very fast just to plant it after passing the pipes, or even before. So, not entirely sure what he's thinking there, but we'll see. Oh, nice little trick jump from BlipBlo to get the cliff nut. That might actually have been faster because it did skip the gate cutscene, but it also is thinking about it. So, kind of debatable, but you know what? I really don't know. That could have definitely been faster because you skip the gate cutscene, and you skip the movement to the gate, and you skip the movement down from the tower. That was just really good overall. I actually really like that. I'll need to rewatch to see that jump. That was very, very nicely done, but clever usage of that jump. To be sure. Now KBG just has the Explorer Moon and Passive Peculiar Pipes, and honestly, BlipBlo might be ahead now. So pretty interesting different routes in Wooded, but pretty sure BlipBlo got the edge. Despite what I was thinking. So you always learn something watching other people do rando, especially in racing. So pretty intriguing stuff, at least for me. Of course, this also depends on how quickly KBG does pass the peculiar pipes. Dino won't be in the way for him, so he can get it done a lot quicker. But BlipBlo only has to get stretching her legs now, which is a pretty fast move. And KBG does have to exit with these legs. So you know what? This actually could be really, really even coming out of here. Almost falling with the upward there, but making it work. Yo, dude, BlipBlo with the strats. What is this? I didn't know any of this. Okay, well, that's definitely safer than going in the Nut in the Red Maze cubby, but BlipBlo already globing at 31:26, and KBG globing 12 seconds later at 31:38. Very nicely routed by both players. Interesting that the routes were only around 14 seconds apart in total, but completely different. So now Cloud. Cloud, obviously, just going to be any percent. Perhaps one of them will grab the hint art. That would probably be the best use of the time, especially if they're low on coins and have lost shop. But it wouldn't be the end of the world if they didn't, since there is a checkpoint and death warping is quite prevalent in Lost. So yeah, beating up Bowser rather than opting to get the hint art. Probably smart. Both looking pretty nice on point, to be honest. So definitely don't blame them for not going for it. Rather risky. Now, perhaps we can look at the lost mode. And there they are. We got Butterfly's Treasure to start off, and also I see TNT in there. That's fun. But you got TNT and Soaring Over the Forgotten Isle, and exploring and enjoying the view of Forgotten Isle. That's a really nice trio. So can't complain too much about that. I'm thinking the route's gonna be go up top, get the checkpoint, then get cave gardening. Oh, Blip taking a death to Meme Tree. That's going to put KVG ahead. This is a very close race considering it's randomizer. But let's see, KVG going directly up top, probably going to grab the checkpoint, then drop down instantly for cave gardening, then head over to a Butterfly's Treasure, and then continue similar to any percent, if I had to guess. So now, BlipBlo getting cave gardening before KVG, but he also has not gone up top yet, so definitely still behind, even though he appears to be ahead currently. As now he's going here, and once he gets up top and grabs a checkpoint, he is going to have to go back down, grab the top of the Propeller Pillar and the Secret Moon on the other Propeller Pillar. But first, enjoying the view of Forgotten Isle. Fair choice, fair choice. Interesting decision on long jump. Probably would have spin pounded and rolled off there, but nonetheless, not going to lose too much for that. KVG pausing, perhaps getting his bearings a little bit, telling his parents, "Don't bother me. I'm in the middle of a speedrun race." You know how it be. But here's inside the Rising Stone Pillar. And then the stone cage next. They're both very close now, honestly. Yeah, despite the Meme Tree death, Blip still very close behind. And oh yeah, Blip already got enjoying the view of Forgotten Isle. So let's see, capturing Lydon at 47 and Blip at 43. Blip is still ahead, surprisingly, even with the Meme Tree death. So. Good stuff, but we got to see what happens with TNT. Could definitely be a death here. Pretty tough trick, so just got to see what happens. Blip looks like he has a slightly better vector over to Soaring Over the Forgotten Isle. And going for the wall jump, almost dying there. That was really close. You saw the poison ripple. Nice. Does that work? I think that works. Yeah, that does work. Nice. Both of them getting it relatively quickly. Pretty good movement back to the Odyssey. And Blip's still slightly ahead because of the timer delay, but very, very close still. KVG definitely made up some time. This is definitely the closest randomizer race we have seen in this tournament. So now moving on to Metro Kingdoms. Can't see the moons yet. There they are. We got Burger Sandwich, City Hall Lost and Found, and Swaying in the Breeze. That's some pretty good army right there. Also, Shopping in Udonic City. That's a pretty good fast moon. If you have the coins, which both of them have 100. Off the Beat Wire, not terrible. Obviously gotta destroy. Obviously gotta kill Michael Regular. Insider to Iron Girder, also a decent moon, but it doesn't really synergize well with all that much. Kind of out of the way. Trumpeter on board, that's probably the worst in the history, but alas, it happens sometimes. Motor Scooter Escape. Yeah, this isn't looking very nice. But at least I see we get both bullet building moons. Moon Shards Under Siege, yeah, this initially started out looking good, but not so much anymore. Lots of sub areas, and they don't link too well together. At least we do have Hang from a High Rise and People Room, High Over the Crowd. That's something. There's also motor scooter escape, which can be done after potentially. I don't really know when you put that because normally it would go after the outfit room, but we don't have shards in the outfit room, so not really going to be ending up close to that. But you're going to have to come up with another way to fit it in the route. KVG is struggling a little bit with the outside of Night Metro and a little bit with City Hall, so losing a little bit of time over BlipBlo. But both of them choosing to get Swinging the Breeze at nighttime, I definitely agree with that, unless you have a really good way to route it in the daytime. Just so close in the way in nighttime, why not get it? So now we got Udon City Pest Problem. I'm thinking what I would do is probably go over, get Jump Rope, then RC Car Pro. Actually, no. Get the checkpoint, then Jump Rope Hero, then head over to Moon. I don't even know if that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. Then head over to RC Car, to Moon Charge Under Siege, warp out, go to RC Car Pro, and then get the Shopping Moon. After that, you can go to outside the rotating maze. At least that's a pretty fast sub-area. And then potentially from there you can go to inside an Iron Girder and then Bolt Building. That seems like a pretty good idea. Afterward, you can warp up top, figure out what you're gonna do with. Oh wait, no, you gotta get Trumpeter. Oh my God, this is awful. Jeez. So in that case, probably after inside the Iron Girder, I'd talk to Pauline. But this is just atrocious crap. Not much that can be done to really optimize this. It's so much warping. So interested to see what they do. I'll just leave it with that. Again, I gave my ideas for the start, and the end they'll probably just have to do Motor Scooter Escape, then talk to Pauline. So actually perhaps inside an Iron Girder, then going over to Motor Scooter Escape, then going to Pauline could be an option. But we'll just have to see what they do. It's kind of hard to tell. KVG looks like he had a slightly better Wiggler than BlipBlo, but no 3 cycles here. Good to see, good to see. Still an incredibly close race. Are both of them going to start instantly with Jump Rope? You just got to get 30, thankfully. BlipBlo going for Jump Rope. And actually KVG opting to go directly for Shock. Interesting. Definitely has to save Jump Rope for later, but we'll see what happens. $23, $24, $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30. Alright, there's Jump Rope. Should have gotten. Oh, he did get BP31. Let's go. Thanks, BlipBlo. Now we're heading into the RC Car Stud area, and BlipBlo following shortly. I believe that KVG is going to get exactly a 26.23, and BlipBlo probably going to get 25.72. I don't know. I think that's going to be right. Alright, so KVG starting out pretty clean RC car movement, to be honest. Maybe I underestimated these players. We'll have to see. Dang, a 7-second lap. Pretty nice. Of course, we got Nintendo over here, still utterly destroying everyone. 23.73. I guessed it perfectly. I don't remember if you guys recalled, but yeah, that's exactly what I said KVG would get. And BlipBlo, not too far behind, with a 24.14. I believe, yep, 24.14. Pretty dang good. Again, I don't know how I guessed those both completely accurately, but sometimes you just know, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, now, similar to what I was suggesting, now going to outside the rotating maze. Nice bomb. Good game redesign. That definitely deserved the ball. Interesting movement to start the rotating maze sub area, but making it work, getting the moon. And he's down Jump Rope, but now warping out. Perhaps he'll go for Jump Rope. Then, no Jump Rope yet. No Jump Rope yet. I don't know if I agree with warping out there. That's a tough decision. I'm pretty sure it would be better to go over to the pipe, but kind of hard to say. You know what? No, never mind. BlipBlo definitely made up time going over the pipe, but alas, happens sometimes. KVG getting the hit charge, playing it safe, smart stuff. Now, going over to talk to Pony, I'm thinking that I would have worked in the sub area here, because it's pretty close to Pauline, but we'll see what he's going to end up doing for that later. But KVG going for the trumpeter now. Or not. Was that a drift moment? That looked kind of like a drift moment. But anyway. Now BlipBlo going for Moon Shards under siege. Wonder if he'll go for the fast tank strats. Probably not. Oh wait, no, you don't need those for just getting the shards moon and not sharpshooting under siege. But actually is. It's not doing the order I normally do when I'm just getting Moon Shards under siege, but making it work. Not having to blow up that taxi, always nice. Pretty nice Moon Shard routing. I kind of like this. Yeah, I definitely like this more than the one I do. I'll probably have to screw it. It doesn't look too different. Now, on the other screen, we got KVG heading over to off the beat wire. There it is. Just took 2 damage on the way over here, so gonna have to deal with the refill, but not too much. Not too bad. Now, BlipBlo exiting the Moon Shards into the sleep side of the set area. I feel like I overestimate how slow that is, and I should do it more often because it's pretty close to bullet. So, interesting method for bullet building for Blip. That's definitely not going to make the cycle, but mayhaps we'll see his backup. KVG going for high over the crowd. Solid backup for BlipBlo. Now KVG heading over to hang from a high rise. Despite being the later moon in the sub area, it is faster due to a nice little trick that happens to be a jump. And now BlipBlo talking to Pauline and probably going to go to motor scooter now? Yes, okay. This is definitely a good route. Okay, well played by BlipBlo. I got too stuck on not warping out, not directly exiting the Shards Under Siege sub-area that I didn't think of this, but very, very smartly done. Actually, wait. No, that's KVG. That's KVG. Can the Dino just not hit you if you press up against the corner? Are you kidding me? Did they really program the game this bad? Oh my god, they really programmed the game this bad. That's impressive. Not only this sub area is harder, but like, good job, and you managed to screw this up. What? This is literally so straight. Alright, so now I'm gonna work up top, probably get tougher. Oh wait, huh? What's he doing? Why are you going back and the Odyssey book? Oh, did you? He forgot this checkpoint. Wait, what? I'm still very confused. Do you have guitars? Oh, I missed guitars. That would explain it. Okay. Unfortunately, not grabbing this checkpoint. I probably would have gotten the trumpeter first, then exited City Hall and gotten the guitars by exiting City Hall, grabbing some pylons, flicking my way over, rather than warping back to the Odyssey. But making it work, that's kind of an unfortunate situation to find yourself in, because the Main Street checkpoint is pretty important, especially in Randomizer, so. Now getting the trumpeter on board, and very clean bullet building from KVG. Well done there. Now all Blip has to do is warp up top. Was there delirium above the pool? I forget, but either way, all he's got left is out off the beaten wire, then hang from a high rise and people room, which link together pretty well. KVG entering Mooncharge under siege. Making relatively quick work of it, but not knowing you can just grab that one without having to deal with breaking open the car. Interesting. I think I would have worked, even though up top is pretty out of the way, I think I still would have worked up to exit the sub area. I'm not entirely sure what would end up being faster, but going all the way over to the pipe from off the beaten wire doesn't seem to be that fast, but could definitely be wrong there. That one's kind of a toss-up for me, because going down from the top checkpoint's not exactly ideal either. So now KBG probably exiting and going over to jump rope. Yep, warping out, going for jump rope likely. And then I'm forgetting what his last moon is. Probably guitarist on board, if I had to guess. That would be a pretty good way to finish off that kick out. Do a jump rope then instantly after. Will he get the BP31 jump ropes? So that is the real question here. Alright, BlipBlo, done with Metro. Definitely increased his lead here. Very clean routing overall, except for missing the main street checkpoint. But he's headed out. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30. Oh, no BP31. Screw you, KBG. Not cool. Kappa. Now we got Snow Kingdom. Treasure in the Ice Wall. Love to see it. Okay, that's actually not that bad. But we got Mooncharge in the Cold Room. God, why do we never get Slip on the Ice? At least if you're going to give an outfit room, give us the cool moon in there. Pun intended. So anyway, we got Captain Toad is chilly as well, so we're going to be starting off like 80%. What else is there? What else is there? Shining the Stone Town isn't that bad. Entrance to Severia is very nice. The Shiverian treasure chest. You know what? This is basically any percent to start, honestly. BlipBlo deciding to get these coins by the Odyssey. I personally very rarely do this. I think it's better just to get some coins in the room. Getting all of the coins outside, probably just for comfort's sake. The coins in the Icicle Room. No, not the Icicle Room. The treasure in the Ice Wall Room. Those are the ones that are fast. So I would generally get those three. The three in the water outside around Toad, and then the two next to the entrance to Shiveria. And then when I get into Shiveria, there's four very close to the entrance to Shiveria Moon. And then, like I was saying, I would probably get the three in the Snowy Mountain Barrier room, which, guess what? We get to see Rango on ice. Pog champ. Let's go. Love to see Rango. Definitely not sarcastic. But the three in that room and the three in the ice wall room. But looks like KVG not even going for the three in the cold water that Blip just got. Interesting decision, but we'll see what ends up panning out. So Blip already sitting pretty at 15 sub-areas, 15 purple coins. KVG only at 6, but he does have quite a while to get the rest of the 15. So why are you... There is no reason to go to shop now. Yeah, okay. So yeah, realizing his mistake, exiting basically instantly. Now, Fairy and Treasure Chest. Do I agree with this? I don't think I agree with this. I would probably not have done this as the first one. It would have been faster to go into the Snowy Mountain sub-area. Definitely. But whatever floats your boat, especially if you decide to do the moon clip. But KBG sitting at all the 4 outside moons and going into behind Snowy Mountain area. So, good on him. Definitely the better choice of first sub-room, in my opinion. Now we've got the icicle barrier. No ice dodging moon to stack. So, ooh, nice triple jump. I didn't know you could get a triple jump there. I don't think it's that much faster than I do, but pretty interesting stuff. Now behind Snowy Mountain, and now Rango on ice. Can be a kind of tricky boss fight just because of the ice physics, but getting the first hit, that's definitely the hardest part. Good job, KBG. Now, popping him on the head, the rest is similar to Lake. Not getting the coins, but it doesn't matter too much. He got the hit out of Metro, that's likely going to be enough for the rest unless he gets moons. He got a moon in Snow, but unless he gets moons in Seaside, Bowser, and no, he can't. He has enough, because he can just get the room mark. Yeah, he's perfectly fine. So now Blip closely behind, following in his path to Ice Rango. Now, next logical sub-area, probably this, yep. Doesn't actually matter since you're just exiting both and they're the same distance from the pipe, but whatever works for you really does not matter. Going for a vault here, you can make it pretty easily with a long jump, but probably just out of comfort sake going for the vault. Both finishing up some barrier moves at this time. Blip, I believe, just has to get Shop and Moon Shards in the cold room, and then he's done. Yep, that's it. So, very close to done for Blip. Nice strat from KBG. That's basically specific to Randomizer. Because you're gonna end up pretty far away from that, I don't even know what that thing's called, but that thing, you're gonna end up pretty far away from it, so, in Darker Side, AM, etc. So, nice utility of that, to get up to the chest quicker. Well done. Now KBG buying Snow outfit. Now, wait, did he catch up a lot or something? What happened? I'm very confused how he's this close now. I swear he was very far behind out of Metro. I probably didn't pay close enough attention though, so. If anyone in chat knows the difference when they left Metro, that would be much appreciated, but if not, no big deal. I will literally ban you from the Speedy Speedrun Twitch chat, but no big deal. Kappa. Pretty annoying Shard's moon, but has to be done. The slip through the ice is much, much better. And a much cooler moon overall, so kinda sucks they had to get this, but whatever. Had to be done. But up next we got Seaside. Seaside is definitely my least favorite kingdom in Randomizer and in general. So all the moons and all the purples and all the everything is incredibly spread out in a not fun to deal with way. All the moons are really annoying to get. The sub areas suck. The music is bad except for Brigadier Mollusco Sir the 3rd Dauphin of Bubbling. His music is pretty dope, and the boss fight's pretty dope, so gotta give that to Seaside. But other than that, literally everything sucks. So, glad we're going to be visiting there for a long time. lots of pillar moon, lots of seal moons. That's good to see. Lighthouse seal, hot spring seal, stone pillar seal. Those are probably the fastest ones. So pretty good RNG there. Hurry and stretch. Ouch, that sucks. Love by the seaside. Ouch, that sucks, especially because you don't have the hot spring seal. No, you have the hot spring seal. You have all 4 seals. What am I doing? You have the seal of the cannon. Okay, I just didn't see seal at the end of the name, so that's actually really good. Love by the seaside combos very nicely with the seal above the canyon. And because you're getting stretch on the side path, you can just warp up, get the hot spring seal moon, and then you're basically golden. You don't even need to warp up, to be honest. Probably faster too, though. Good job, Captain Toad. That's also so good. You can literally just get Love Above the Seaside, then get... this is definitely the best seaside seed I've ever seen. You can just get Love Above the Seaside. Yeah, KVG starting as I would. I almost always start with Love Above the Seaside, but I also agree with BlipBlo's approach here, to be honest. I think warping back would have been a little bit faster in this case, but not by much. Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, grabbing the Gushin to grab Toad. You know what? No, this is all arguable. I really couldn't tell you what's faster at this point. Oh wait, no, never mind. Pardon me, I'm completely misinterpreting what Blip is doing. He's going to just go in a circle around the kingdom, which is by far the best approach, because he can just get the hot spring seal, go outside, capture the fish, then head over to capture the Goomba, and then completely finish off Seaside. This is such a good seed, oh my god. Even though the moons look incredibly slow on their own, this seed is definitely the best Seaside I've ever seen. Okay. Hands down. Because look, after you do what KVG is doing, which is probably the fast way to avoid breaking those crates anyway, he can literally just drop down to the stone pillar seal right off the bat, and then head over to wherever he's going next. Blip will be able just to do this, then roll directly to the Odyssey and globe. So he literally can just do a lap around the kingdom and be completely fine. So incredible Seaside. I cannot stress that enough. This Seaside is amazing. So now he's just going to get the hot spring seal. Unless I missed something. I don't believe I did. Oh, under the danger ceiling. I did miss something. But this is, again, very fast moon. This is literally in World Peace, right? I believe this is in World Peace. It's that fast. So, can't complain at all with this. Then, now I'm going to head over to the hot spring seal. Or no. I don't agree with this. I would probably get Hurry and Stretch after the hot spring seal, but very debatable. What he's doing is going to be very minimally slower, if at all. Unfortunate damage there, but not going to lose, hardly going to lose anything, to be honest. Now, Hurry and stretching his way up to the top. I wonder if doing this with Mario is actually faster. I feel like it could be. Speedy taking the Gushin over just too far away, unfortunately. Just scaring the poor little turtle? Snail? Snail. It's definitely not a turtle. Yeah, ignore me. That's the weirdest looking turtle I've ever seen. But yeah, I definitely need to ask what they think of the Seaside, because this is definitely the best Seaside randomizer seed I've ever seen. So, gotta ask them about that at the end. And now Blip, almost taking damage to the fire there. A fire, that's definitely fire. That's not lava, that's fire. So, going to be doing that, then all he's got to do capture Gushin to work his way over to the Goombas, or not even worry about the Gushin. I think Gushin was faster than rolling, but unsure. Either way, he's going to work his way over here, capture a Goomba, then get loved by the Seaside, then similar to how KVG did, get Captain Todd, then get the seal above the canyon, and then just literally roll right down to the Odyssey and finish off Seaside. Again, amazing, amazing Seaside Kingdom. I cannot stress that enough. Very, very good seed. So, Blip on his last 2 moons of the kingdom. the main ways this could have been better are obviously not having having something like Rumble Room and climbing in the first moon in 80%. I don't know what it's called. That could have made it very moderately better, but really couldn't be. Instead of love above the lava, love on the seaside. I don't know. It's literally in front of my face. What am I doing? Love by the seaside. Hi, I'm BP31 and I can't read. This is not the moon you get, KVG. You get the end moon. That's a stretch on the side path. Is he going to get both? Okay, he's going to get both. Smart. If you don't know which moon to get in the sub area and there's not too much of a difference between the two, meaning one's not that much slower than the other, then definitely always best to get them both. So, good on KVG. So has 2 more moons left. What's his second one? Unfortunate damage there. But wow, is this? Depending on Luncheon, this might be 2x potential. I'm not entirely sure. But now looking at Luncheon, we've got Love Above the Lava. Love to see it. Luncheon Kingdom Timer Challenge, I'm going to guess that's 1. Because, yeah, it has to be 1. That's the only one there pre-peace. Piled on the salt, then Broodals are after some cooking. Alright, so pretty standard start there. I'd probably save the timer challenge for the end, since we're not actually going to be getting, not actually going to be completing the Meat Story Moon in this Luncheon, but deciding to get it out of the way instantly, or not, never mind. Can't decide what he's going to do. Why is he not doing Piled on the Salt? Alright, whatever, I won't question it. Whatever floats your boat, Blip. But unfortunately, we got the horrendous sub-area, the Cheese Rock sub-area. Thankfully, we do have the manageable moon in there. Climb the Cheese Rocks. Only moderate RNG, and you can deal with it pretty easily. Under the Cheese Rocks, the Story Progression Moon, surrounded by tall mountains. I've never seen that one in a randomizer before. This is the first for me, so cool to see it here. Lurking in the Pillar Shadow. So Blip is probably going to get this, head to Pile on the Salt, then do the 80% movement from Pile on the Salt, lurking in the Pillar Shadow, to finishing up the Broodals are after some cooking. Pretty good route overall. I still probably would have ended with Timer Challenge 1, but not too bad for a backup, because he missed the jump up to Timer Challenge initially. No Salt Triple, and no backup for Salt Triple. Salt Triple again? No. Salt Triple again? Yes. Let's see if this works. This should work. Yep. Alright, nice. 3rd try. Pretty good. Well, 4th try if you count the other one. What happened here? Apparently, KBG failed getting the Goombas over. I missed that. And he died. Oh no. Honestly, that literally might do it. I don't think routing can save him at this point. I'm pretty sure Blip literally has to make some sort of mistake in order for KBG to bring this back, because routing isn't going to save him 2 minutes. It might have saved him 1, but not going to save him 2. So we'll just have to see what's happening for the rest of this Luncheon. This has definitely been the best randomizer race I've seen, to be honest. BlipBlo finishing up the Broodals after some cooking. Do we have the Magma Swamp in here? Doesn't appear that we do. But we do have the outfit moon. That's always fun and exciting. Everyone loves a good outfit moon, don't they? Yes, everyone does. Interesting decision by KBG to skip lurking in the Pillar of Shadow before coming over here. But whatever works for him. Don't know why he's getting so many points. It's not need them, and it's going to be slightly faster before getting them. But again, whatever works. So now, Blip going over to overlooking a bunch of ingredients. Oh, that's not a list. Okay. Going over to slots. That makes more sense. So, I'm going to get slots. Then probably going to get, is this an ingredient 2, if I had to guess? And he's got turnip recipe 3. This is an interesting one. After the recipe 3, I meant 2. I meant 2. Okay, but either way, after ingredients, I'd probably continue to get the Climb the Cheese Rock Story Moon, but you could also go down to the Fork sub area, as there is the top of column in a row, and that appears to be what Blip is doing. I think I would have saved this for a little bit later, but let's see what happens. Blip heading over to island, pile of salt floating in the lava. He's gonna capture this lava bubble. I think I saw a faster way of doing this section of movement recently, but I don't recall it. So, pretty solid backup for Blip. Now, do they just have the Detour Moon? I don't think you should get these regionals. They don't matter. Yeah, there were some faster ones along the way, for sure. But at least he's done with the 15 now. It seems like Blip pretty consistently goes for the easier, more consistent regional route instead of going for waiting for later for purples that might not be there if he's not comfortable enough with them. Uh-oh, that's bad. Actually, is that bad? Is there? I don't think there's the other... Yeah, there's no other moon in here, so that literally is like 5 seconds or so. At most 5. So. All good. So this is why I think he should have gotten Under the Cheese Rocks first, because now he has to bring back Golden Turnip 2 and also get the Under the Cheese Rocks sub area at some other point, which requires a backtrack. So backtrack to here. Uh-oh, that's a turnip in the lava. Unfortunate. But yeah, that would have been my reasoning for going for the story moon directly after. But we'll see. Oh, that's another turnip gone. You gotta be careful. You can't just eliminate it for some stupid reason that nobody likes. Don't know why the devs decided, you know what? If a Panbro hits a turnip, it should just disappear. Like, that makes perfect sense. It actually does make some sense, but it's still really annoying. Not gonna have enough speed to do the nice triple from the edge there, but still gotta make it work somehow, so going over the top, playing it safe, probably gonna get, is this in ingredient 2 now, or not? Maybe he already got that, I already forgot. I think he did. But Golden Turnip Recipe 2 is spawned now for Golden Turnip Recipe 1. And then probably gonna get the Shot Moon, as well as an Extreme Simmer. Now, looking at KVG's side of the board, looks like he made the same quote-unquote mistake as BlipBlo did. He's going over here to get the Turnip 2 Moon, and he's going to have to come back over here again with the Hammer Bro. So, kind of depends. I suppose if they had done Salt Cliff, then it would have been worth it, but if we're not doing Salt Cliff, definitely better to get this weapon first, in my opinion. Why aren't you getting Turnip Recipe 1? Come on. KVG. KVG, you don't enter the shop yet. You don't do that. No. Don't do it. Get Turnip done. Unless maybe he already did it. Maybe he did it in different style. He probably already did it. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So are they actually tied in moon count now? Oh, they are. Wow. KVG made up a heck of a lot of time. Probably in forks. Interesting. Oh wait, no. KVG is still has to get shot. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, I thought he already had shot. But yeah, I believe they've collected the same moon so far, since neither have gotten Under the Cheese Rocks. But I overestimated how separate they were. He's still pretty far behind, but moon tick at around 112.23 for BlipBlo. I'll take note of when it is for KVG. But now all that's left for BlipBlo to do is head over, get the Storm Moon. Oh wait, no. KVG, doesn't he still have Timer Challenge 1 and Lurking in the Pillar's Shadow? I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to see. Maybe he got some extra moons by accident. And now BlipBlo heading over to the terrible sub area. Cheese rocks. At least there's only the half decent unit. So there it is. I'm going to get under the cheese rocks first, or he's going to spawn. He's going to break the cage, then make his way back over in the pan bro the entire way to under the cheese rocks. Unsure how slow pan bro movement is compared to Mario movement, to be honest. So, could have been the right choice. I honestly don't know. So pan bros do move pretty fast when they're going diagonally, vectored, and then also when they're jumping. So, kind of depends. But looks like BlipBlo probably going to get surrounded by tall mountains. Then, what else does he have left? I think it's just that, and then Magma Narrow Path. Is that it? How many moons does he got? Yep, that's literally it. Not sure why he got that checkpoint. Probably just fit in the path with his roll cancel, because he would have respawned back there anyway. Time for Spearless. I'm not entirely. Oh wait, no, never mind. There it is. Okay, there are the two moves that KBG is missing. Uh-oh. Can you recover? There's definitely a way to recover. Will you be able to do it? There it is. Okay, good. Alright. No deaths for KVG just yet. I believe... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the main moon in the sub area, but getting both to play it safe. And that's going to be it for lunch. So, pretty far ahead. I forgot to check how far apart they were at an extreme center, but BlipBlo globing at 1:15.18. If Bowser's RNG is good, can this? No, 15-minute RBM is very fast, right? KVG, not sure if he gave up or is confused to which moons he's missing. I'll ping him on Discord. It's timer 1 and any percent second moon. Yeah, it looks like he just kind of stopped. Alright, there he goes. Okay. Yeah, he's just got to get timer 1 and lurking in the pillar shadow. Now I got Bowser's. Good job, Captain Toad. Seen much worse. And knocking down the nice frame also seen much worse, but not the greatest moves you could get for Bowser's, obviously. Could get from the side of... from the side of the big wall or something. I don't know what it's called. This the Bowser Grand move. And then also either behind the big wall and what's the other one? That's Birdram, and there's Birdram and Bowser Grand. That's the let's see, the other one. It's behind the crates. Yeah, whatever. But that just about does it for the randomizer section, as the rest is very simple to route. So just gotta see who's got the more prolific any percent knowledge, and as I mentioned earlier, both of them are very close in PB, so BlipBlo looking very nice to take this one. I will be right back. I need water. Stay hydrated, everyone. Alright, I am back. Resident Sleeper Kingdom. It starts with an R. Ends with... okay, never mind, that doesn't work. but nonetheless, BlipBlo now finished with the dragon. So hot in here. I'm just gonna complain on live stream now. Very professional. I'm like sweating. This is not fun. Hopefully we'll see some sick Bowser's action from Blip and KVG to finish off. KVG, although he looks in pretty dire straits, anything can happen. Mech could happen, pros could happen, 2D skip could happen a few times. It's not over despite looking pretty dang over. So, it has to keep pressing on, even though it seems big right now. It looks like bunnies will just be a complete rush through. No need to get any extra moves in that section of the kingdom. I feel really bad for KVG's storage right now. W, indeed, Brandity. We gotta see some shards action for BlipBlo now. Purely any percent. No messing around with dive back. BlipBlo, proud member of Hopper First Game. KVG going for dive back, not waiting quite long enough for that. Yeah, that's not going to work either. It's a tough trick, yeah, that won't work either. The timing's pretty difficult. Hopper first optimal for randomizer. Don't know if I agree with that one, but yeah. It is still 0-0, that's true. BlipBlo just has to get Toad. And then break down the Great Gate. Some muscle memory coming into play here. Don't actually need this moon. And he remembers that now, of course. As you do, you take the preparations to get a moon and then just realize, oh, I'm working for muscle memory. Oops. But now Blip fighting Mech. Not getting the knocking down the Great Gate yet. Knocking down the nice frame, sorry. I think you were able to get that. It is pretty slow. You were able to get that before Mech, but it is kind of slow. I'm not sure. It's probably about the same, but it does save a warp if you get it earlier rather than later, so I don't know. Saves 2 warps actually, yeah. Nah. Unfortunately, Blip taking a fall off of Mech. And there it is. You see the fireworks and the views. KVG, he got to it, right? Yeah, he got to it. Probably his 4th moon. Now I just have to see when he decides to get the Great Gate. What is this? Can you make this? Yo! That is such a big time save. I didn't know that was a thing, dude. That's sick. Oh my god. Thank you, KVG, for helping me out later in the tournament, probably. I guess Blip did do the same thing and I didn't even notice. Wow, I'm a bad commentator. All we got left is moon. Jeez, that's insane. How did I not know you could do that? That's not Indian caps like for, okay? And if it is, then I only watch the people who are too bad to figure out that's a thing. Definitely not going to play anything like that one. I literally have like I had a 112.20 and like 14 caps, which is awful, I think, but I think it was like 4th place. 3 caps. Literally, when I watched that category for like 2 days, nobody did it. So stop telling me. Stop telling me that, okay? Oh wait. BlipBlo didn't actually get knocking down the nice frame. Okay, that makes more sense. I wasn't completely blind. He was one moon short while globing. That makes me feel a little bit better. This is a lot closer than, no offense to Blip, than it should be. A death in escape could shift the tides maybe enough to make this close, because I believe KVG is going to be about 1:10 behind after this. Blip going to be getting a 1:28.37 fade out. So I'm going to write that in chat so I don't forget, like I've forgotten every single over number. So we'll see, but it's going to end up happening. So globing at 1:29.09. That's going to put him about 1:02 behind Blip. So it is not over, and I think this is still the closest random match we've had. So good race. Hopefully we don't see any spaghetti from Blip, but cannot mess anything up. So here's Moon Skip. There we go. Clean Moon Skip, playing it safe. All while rolling up red carpet. Entering the chaplet 1:36? 1:30.06. I didn't actually see that, but it's 1:30.27. 17. Gosh, I can't read his timer with stupid Dr. Mario. Uh-oh, there's a mistake. But cutscene skip at 1:30.17. Yeah, 1:30.17. KVG having a little bit of a struggle with the rocket flowers. But that looks good for Moonskip. Come on, Blip, you gotta know how to count to 2. Keepo. So KVG 1:03 behind going into this Bowser fight. To make up a little bit of time at the beginning. If he doesn't have to wait an extra cycle here. Looking good, looking good. Alright, first cycle down for KVG. This shouldn't matter, but Blip ran into the wrong hat here. No worries, easy backup. Even more captures being taken by KVG. This is impressive. People always talk about min captures, but they never talk about max captures. KVG definitely winning that race right now. Oh my god, is Blip gonna die? Please don't. Okay, good. He almost missed those jumps and died. That would have been awful. I would not want to see the race end that way. But now, starting escape, going to be a 1:32.16 escape start. Pretty good rando run, to be honest. Could be a 1:34 if he plays well. Yeah, any death in escape could throw the match for him, so have to be very careful going into the rest. KVG finishing up the Bowser fight. it's going to be a 132.56 for KVG. So also could be a 134, and only 40 seconds behind Blip or so. So looking good so far. No deaths in the 2D section. Ooh, a little scary there, but no, not to worry, not to worry. All that's left to make sure he doesn't spaghetti the pillars. That's all. He's got this in the bag if he gets any pillars. Alright, pillar, let's see. Doesn't look like he's gonna get a real pillar, but forcing himself to go for it anyway. Fair enough. There's a second one. Will there be any invisible? Please no. That would be very bad. No little courage moment. And now KVG entering his own pillars, still potentially could 134, and looking good for BlipBlo, playing it extra safe before breaking the block. Not going to be spaghetti pillars, and definitely taking this one. Pretty close race overall, hitting within a minute of each other. And 134-23 for BlipBlo. Congratulations. You gotta make the interviews quick because the next match is happening just about now. So we'll try to bring him in here as quickly as possible. And I only really have one question before we should probably sign off. But stuff. Now GG to BlipBlo and GG to KVG. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So, we gotta make this quick. What was that seaside?
For me, for me?
For me, I went to Stumble by accident, and I wasn't thinking. I was like, damn, I should probably get shopping, or like, you know, just skip over or something, and then, yeah, I don't know.
By what was that seaside? I meant I thought it was like the best seaside seat I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, the feed was really good. I mean, that was, yeah. It looked bad initially, and then I thought about it, and it was like, damn, we're just getting all the sills, and then like a couple really fast moons on the way. You know, I saw the Southern Moon and got worried, but then I realized it was both of them. So that was pretty favorable.
Yeah, that was. I really like that seaside. Most of mine just end up being everything out of the way, seeds, just garbage.
Yeah.
So.
Hold up, you liked seaside?
I liked that seaside. I made sure I said that. I do not like seaside. Seaside is bad. Do not misquote me, BlipBlo, okay? I do not appreciate that. Okay. Anyway, we gotta end off. Any final thoughts that you wanted to say about your guys' runs before we
I just want to say, I don't like lunch. I don't like the lunch chicken. Okay.
Ouch. Yeah. Any thoughts from you?
No.
No.
Alright, well, in that case, thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure. Oh, wait, is that intermission already? Okay, well, anyway, thank you for watching. Please be sure to follow Speedrun, follow the two runners, and peace out. I've been your commentator, P31, and we'll see you next time. Okay.
Well,
that was, yeah, that looked like pain.
Bro, we were in VC the whole time.
Yeah.
That was funny. We were literally in a VC.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, well, GG's. Sorry it had to go that way.
Yeah. GG's.